There was once a rock. It sat alone on a hillside. The hillside overlooked a valley, and the valley was far from everything, and few people came that way. Mostly the rock had only the sky and the land for company. Occasionally a rabbit would hop there. One day, quite out of the blue, a boy came to the valley. The boy seemed to be in a rush, and his eyes looked troubled, as if he was running from something. When he reached the rock, he stopped. Something about it kept his attention. He sat down on it, and looking out over the valley, a great tiredness took over him, and he lay down there and closed his eyes. He slept and slept. Hours went by, then days, then weeks. Still the boy slept. He slept so long that soon moss began to grow over him, and then slowly he turned grey. He turned into stone. One day, the boy woke up. "Where am I? I can't see anything. Where am I?" "You cannot see anything because you have no eyes," said a voice. "Who are you?" said the boy. "I am the rock," said the voice. "You are part of me now." "I am part of a rock?" the boy said, alarmed. "How did this happen?" So the rock told the boy the story of how he had come to the hillside and laid down on the rock and slept, and when he finished, the boy let out a sigh. "Can I ask you a question?" said the rock. "Yes," said the boy. "The day you came here, it seemed as if you were running from something." "I was," cried the boy, "I was." "What were you running from?" said the rock. So the boy told his story. "The place I grew up in was a place of unhappiness," he said. "The unhappiness I felt around me made me sad, and then it made me angry. And because of my anger, I did bad things. I hurt lots of people. In this place there was a girl. The girl was blind, and her favourite thing was a toy cow that she had had since she was a child. One day I got so mad I stole that cow and broke it. When the grown-ups in the place found the broken cow and brought it to the girl, she did not cry, but I could see from the look on her face something had broken in her too. I could not live with myself thinking what I had done. So I ran away before I was found out. I had no idea where I was going, I just ran, and that's how I came here." When the boy's story was finished, the rock sighed. "Oh dear," it said, "what a pair we are." "What do you mean?" said the boy. "I mean to say I, too, was not always a rock," said the rock. "What were you?" said the boy. "I was an eagle," said the rock. And now it was time for the rock to tell its story. "I was a great, majestic eagle soaring over the mountains," said the rock. "Everyone was in awe of me. Everyone who saw me gasped in amazement at my power and beauty. The moon itself seemed to bow in praise of me. And yet even though I was respected, I was desperately lonely. All the admiration in the world couldn't find me friendship, couldn't find me love. And then I found her. Down in the valley below, a flower so beautiful it took my breath away. I knew I had to have it. I knew it had to be mine. So I flew down into the valley and I picked the flower. I went around with it between my beak. It felt so good to have it with me, to have someone to share my life with. But before too long, the flower wilted and died. I was sad again, but this time my loneliness was worse than before, because I had tasted friendship, and to be alone once more felt like the worst kind of punishment. I did not want to fly anymore. It brought back too many sad memories. So I came to this spot and just sat here unable to do anything. My heart was the first thing to turn to stone, and then the rest of me, and I have been here ever since." The boy in the rock was silent a while. "Can I ever leave?" said the boy. "You can leave whenever you want. All you need to do is wish it." "Then I must go," said the boy. "I must go and make things right with the girl." "Very well," said the rock. "Will you come too?" said the boy. "I prefer to stay here," said the rock. So the boy wished it, and the next moment he was transformed back into his old self. He returned to the town, to the place where he lived. He found the girl, and he confessed to her his crime. At first she was angry, but then she forgave him, and the two became friends. Some time later the boy took the girl to the valley, and then to the hillside, and finally to the rock. They lay down on the rock. The girl felt its weathered surface with her fingers. "It feels beautiful," she said, as she caressed the rough texture of stone and ran her fingers into the fissures and along its hard edges. "I feel like I know it. I feel like it is my friend." The boy smiled, and lying there the two of them fell asleep. Later on they awoke. Lying there, the girl suddenly let out a cry. "What is it?" said the boy. "The rock," she said. "What happened to the rock?" And it was then that the boy realized that he and the girl were lying on the grass, and that the rock had disappeared. Looking up, the boy saw something in the sky above, a beautiful golden eagle, and in its mouth a magnificent flower in full bloom. "The rock went home," said the boy. The girl took the boy's hand in hers. "And now we must go home as well," she said. And so they went, leaving the hillside alone, with only the great sky for company.